We spend hundreds of billions of dollars a year on NATO, hundreds of protecting them. And we would have always been there for them. But now, based on their actions, I guess we don't have to be, do we?
Donald Trump has repeatedly raised the possibility that the United States could withdraw from NATO, an alliance that has been the foundation of Europe's security for decades. The conflict in the Middle East has also revealed how fragile this relationship has become, making one question unavoidable. What happens if America no longer defends Europe? But first, how does NATO actually work? The alliance does not have its own army. Its member states defend one another. In this, the United States plays a central role as it accounts for roughly 62% of NATO's total defense spending. For this reason, a US withdrawal would critically weaken the alliance, and the credibility of Article 5 would also come into question. But how could the United States withdraw in the first place? Formally, this would require either a 2/3 majority in the Senate or a separate act of Congress, both of which currently seem unlikely. In practice, however, Washington does not need to fully withdraw in order to weaken the alliance. The United States is not obligated to provide automatic military assistance even under Article 5. It could also reduce its presence in Europe, relocate military bases to more cooperative countries, and scale back its cooperation with allies. Even such a gradual distancing alone would seriously undermine Europe's security architecture. And this would not be without consequences for the United States either. While it might save money in the short term, in the long run it would lose a significant portion of its global military presence, making it more difficult to respond quickly in the distant parts of the world. Meanwhile, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has clearly demonstrated how dependent Europe is on the United States. Although defense spending has increased significantly, this alone does not solve the problem. Europe lags not only in financial terms, but also in critical capabilities, such as intelligence, logistics, and air defense, which largely rely on American support. The United States provides not only military power, but also a functioning system that cannot simply be replaced. Rebuilding it could take up to a decade and cost around $1 trillion. At the same time is running out. According to some estimates, Russia could pose a serious threat again as early as 2027 to 2029. Yet a truly effective European defense requires more than just additional weapons. It would need shared command structures, deeper cooperation, and political unity, elements that are still lacking today. Europe now faces two paths: a reformed NATO with a stronger European role and a reduced US presence, or an independent, strategically autonomous defense. The first is achievable more quickly. The second would require far deeper transformation.
And I've always said, 25 years ago, I was somebody that wasn't a politician, but I was always involved in politics and I understood politics. I said 25 years ago that NATO's a paper tiger, but more importantly, that we'll come to their rescue, but they will never come to ours.